My name is Andreas Borgman, and I am the co-CEO of Kcal Health Fast Food. First store was opened in JLT in September 2010. The initial, idea with Kcal came up in mid-2009, and then we were just working on it, and neither me or my business partner really had any huge expertise in F&B, so we just trial and error, trying to fit things together, and so we finally opened in 2010 September. We wanted to open a food outlet where we could go and choose anything off the menu, knowing exactly what we ate, and it was all healthy. So if you wanted a dessert, it was a healthy dessert. If you wanted to order a burger, it was a healthy burger. So that was the concept, that you could go into one store and you just know what you eat. And when we first did the first menu, we had help from the outside, and since then we've gotten so deep into it ourselves that we're developing it now. We're developing a new menu now as well. When Kcal was started first, when we opened the first shop in September 2010, about half a year later, we had people asking us if they could, get a bag full of food they could take to the office and eat. And that's basically how our meal plan service started. It wasn't because we thought it was a great idea to promote Kcal. It was simply because of the demand. And obviously then we started looking at what others are doing. And since then, we've keep on innovating the whole cycle on how to do things. The difference is that most of our meals on vegetables make it taste really good, and then good solid protein. One of the things that we pride ourselves with is that people just feel better. I mean, the skin feels better, I mean, you get all the micronutrition and the general nutrition from what we serve. It's just simple, clean, healthy food, nothing processed. I first moved to Dubai, or UAE, in 2006, early 2006, after being on a vacation 10 days, and I was lucky enough to get invited to a yacht, looking at all those buildings behind us, and I just thought, this place is just, there's so much energy, I want to live here. So when I flew back to Malta, sold my house, and voila, within 3 weeks I lived here. When starting a business in the UAE, first of all, I see a lot more people have the idea of starting a business here, and I think that's the factor of this is that you have so many different cultures here. There's so much energy. I mean, everybody always has an idea. So when you get all these different nationalities put together, people, it's like a competition. Who's got the best ideas, and so the energy here just makes you want to do something extraordinary. I started my own business first time when I was 18. I started a cleaning service. The reason why was obviously because I wanted to make money, and in school I wasn't very good at reading and writing, so I'm dyslexic. So I thought, what better way to make money than start your own business? At least nobody can tell you that you're not doing your job properly. So it started all the way back there. And since then I've opened multiple businesses, and finally now I'm concentrating about Kcal, which is also very near to what I do when I'm not at work. When we first started Kcal, there was no business plan. The plan was to open a store where you could sit 20 people, and as long as it would turn over, we wouldn't have to pay for anything, we were happy. We could eat there, we could eat anything on the menu because it was healthy, and the consistency would be the same. So the business plan was only made about 6 months later, when we started seeing that, whoa, this could actually turn into a business. At the same time, me and Mark, we had another business that wasn't running very well. So when we saw the opportunity in Kcal that actually people had the same sort of idea about healthy eating that we had, we made a business plan to scale it up. When we initially started Kcal, obviously we researched it. We were trying to find a good location for a fair amount of rent. When we were putting down the menu as well, we were trying to look at, you know, different nationalities here. What do people want to eat? So we were asking friends, researching and so on, and hence we came up with the first menu, which was, it's not just one, we've got some Asian, we've got some European, you know, we've got a lot of mixtures of foods. People are getting really educated in how to eat properly. And I mean, the information you can find online about eating healthy, and so people are educating themselves, and we're trying to do the same thing as well. When we first started Kcal, both me and Mark had no knowledge about F&B business at all. So yield and wastage and all this is all new to us. We did have a lot of experience in starting businesses. You know, there's simple things that you need to do. Make sure your finances are okay. Make sure that you have your goals set. So all that. And when we first started, the goals were not to have what we have today. It was simply a one-store shop. So hire the right person to start off with. All these things, we knew about that, but running an F&B business, we had nothing. So Google, I mean, reading, as you can see, all our books on the over there, they're all about management and, you know, innovative cooking and so on. And we still do that. I mean, it's kind of a competition between us because he finds a lot of ideas and I feel that I'm obligated to find as many ideas, and it goes back and forward. And this, you know, keeps us on the toes all the time, so we innovate all the time. We never had any consultants. Obviously, as the company grew, we were able to hire a great team of people that we have now. And, you know, having all the skills is not really, nobody really has that, whatever they do. Great leaders, they hire great people that have skills that they need to succeed. And same thing with us. Obviously, the core of the business is still our minds. I mean, the food and the way we do our marketing and so on. This is the fun part. And that we do ourselves. I think when we in 2009 when we were looking into it, it was kind of a hobby project that would later turn into what it is today. And we're working on the cash flow, but since it's organic that we financed it ourselves, you know, coming out of 2008, which was a very heavy year for a lot of people in Dubai, we had limited funds, so we had to be really creative. I mean, you know, make 500,000 seem like you have 2 million, you know, make sure you get the vendors to give you a bit of credit so you can play around with these things. There was a lot of challenges at first. Hiring the right staff as well was also a challenge. I mean, the first manager we hired, we swapped him out twice, you know, changed him twice until we found our GM that we have now. I think the general path that me and Mark have taken doing the business has actually been pretty well. It is great if you have a business partner because you have somebody who has a non-biased opinion that is always, you know, there you can, you know, play ping and pong with, you know, with ideas and so on. Instead, if you're starting a business yourself, the people that you hire, you don't really know if they're 100% on your side, or is it for their own good they do it and so on. So we had a lot of discussions about a lot of things and a lot of ideas. Some of them didn't work, some of them worked. So huge challenges, we haven't really had that many. Being a competitive person, I feel personally, and so does Mark, it's an obligation to be on top of it. Do the latest research in food, do the latest research on health, do the latest research on POS systems in the shops, and, you know, general everything. Just be on top of it. It's just cool. Information is cool. And when you see that information that you attract actually pays off, then it gets even, you know, then you really have you get that energy from it. So, I mean, half the time, my iPhone is full of newspapers and health magazines, and just reading all the time. The long-term vision: make the world a healthier place, one bite at a time. That is the long-term vision. We're obviously starting here in the UAE and then moving to Middle East this year, and then from there we start moving around the world. We have franchise requests from Puerto Rico and Peru and Colombia and Japan and Australia, a lot of places. Control your finances. That's very, very important. Definitely put a business plan together and be a good networker. The more you can network, the more people you know, and the easier it is to find ways to do things. I mean, both me and Mark have a huge network of people that has helped us in some way or the other. Give us an advice. You ask, what do you think about this plan? And then you get advice here and there. Not all of it is good, but at least you have second opinions on a lot of things. And then, if you want to succeed, make sure you go into a business not to make money, but because you want to succeed and have a passion for it.